All right, it is time for the ride. Can't wait.
Let's
Just to
go.
recap, this is a forward wheel drive moving bottom bracket, completely DIY home build, basically no welds, nuts and bolts recumbent. So you've got two bicycles, donors, and a scooter. You can see all of that there, and I think this was covered a little bit more in the last video. So this is the first ride. I'm just taking it out. A little few trepidations based on the experience of my previous struggles with getting the rear wheel drive one started. This one I'm actually a little bit more confident on because the chain is super simple. I have experience with building a forward wheel drive a couple of times before, and this one actually fills me with quite a lot of enthusiasm and confidence. I think this is going to be solid as long as something unexpected doesn't happen, which sometimes it does. This is the nature of the beast. So here it is. It looks chunky, it looks strong, it literally has like reinforcement all over the place. Okay, so here goes. I wrote it, and I just try to capture me, and I try to.
Okay. Yeah. I want to see this experiment also.
Off-road. Yeah, not too bad. Still have to figure out the turning a bit more, but overall, I would say not too bad at all. Yeah, just right. Right, works right off the bat. Hardly any adjustments needed. It was just so natural to me. I think it's again muscle memory, forward wheel drive. I'm familiar with how that works. That's perhaps why I loved it. I think I'll cover a little bit of that whole experience a little bit more in detail. But yeah, here it is. Loving it. I like this path as well. I think it's a really good practice path. As long as I don't bump into an overly zealous, super fast road cyclist who is totally focused on speed. I'm kind of, that's my only real worry on this path, because if something unexpected happens and I lose control and I veer into his or her path. Anyway, here's me. Oh wow, what an experience. First day out, first ride with this forward wheel drive DIY recumbent build. Oh man, such a huge difference to the rear wheel drive. I just love the forward wheel. Maybe it's just the big wheels or the fact that I'm sort of used to muscle memory and all that to the forward wheel drive before. Oh, wow, such a huge difference in power output. I could just power through confidently. Even though it was my first ride, and I wasn't even entirely sure of if everything here would hold up, the nuts and bolts. But wow, just like love it. I think it's just probably muscle memory, like I said, because with the pedals, I can almost steer with the pedals. I feel confident, and it doesn't feel alien to me. Wow, like everything works brilliantly well, and the brakes are a little bit loose. This one, but I can easily tighten those. They're also, by the way, a DIY-ish contraption, because this is designed for 20-inch wheels, but I have put a 24-inch in, so the brake arms don't quite reach. Anyway, all of those things are fine. The biggest, I think, not biggest, but relatively minor thing I need to do is figure out way to tighten the this part here, because when I try to take it off-road a little bit in the grass, the wheel slightly slips to the side, so it hits the I guess this used to be the rear triangle, but yeah, the front arms of this triangle here, this one, the blue one. So that's the only thing. I think I can put like a larger washers on both sides or something on the outside, so that you have a bigger contact area. It doesn't quite sort of have the room to slip out. but it doesn't really even, it didn't affect. I took like a ride all the way down and up and down this road, maybe about 7 or 8 kilometers, slightly more, and it just was so intuitive. It really was smooth. Love it. So I know it looks a bit uglier and a DIY-ish contraption with all the tape and literally a seat there, but it rides so much better than the rear wheel drive. Oof, wow. I'm pretty even confident I could go up an incline like this now, the slope, you see, up the ramp. So I think, well, maybe I'm being overconfident here, so maybe I'll take it step by step.
Yes.
Go on the flats a few more times, maybe a couple of hours more of riding, get familiar with the steering. But even the steering, you'll see in the other video, which curious bystander was quite enthused with the bike took, that it's pretty easy to turn for me, even on the first ride. So I'm sure with a little bit of practicing eights, the infinity of bicycle training, 8 figures on a parking lot, I think I can probably make a even tighter turn than that. Again, I think it's because my pedals are connected to the steering and I'm comfortable with leading with my feet, something like that. Yeah, there it is. I don't know what to call it, rickety recumbent. The chair, yeah, this is the chair, the iron throne, the wooden throne. Something like that. Everything works fine. I think these nuts and bolts are here, well, okay, let me give you a quick overview of what was used in the build of this. So you see the blue one is a children's mountain bike. You see 24 still there. That's because this was a 24-inch mountain bike. The black frame here is a BMX frame turned upside down, and everybody online says that you can't turn a headset upside down, this bit here, whatever, the head tube, because the bearings, etc., the cups aren't designed for that. But in this case, I think they are, because I tried it out and it worked anyway, and seemingly it seems to be symmetrical even on the inside. So let's see how long it holds, but so far so good. It's like not really giving me any issues. It's fairly smooth. Doesn't feel as if it feels as if the bearings are working. So maybe time will tell. But yeah, that's the BMX frame, and then like I said, the famous chair, an actual wooden chair. So that's the back of it, and of course the seat of it was too big, needlessly big, so I just cut it out into this shape. That's what's underneath this foamy jackety thing. Everything held together on this wooden platform in the shape of an L. And due to my own misadventure, or maybe luck, I would say, this broke, the wooden piece here. You see that? This because I had kept the seat on it and then just like left the room, and this whole thing toppled with only a bolt holding the backrest, the seat. And so this wasn't entirely supported the way it is now. So it took the whole sheer force of it, literally like a torque, from one point of tether. Literally was designed to break. It was my own fault, but like I said, it's a stroke of luck that happened, because I realized that, well, better in a room with nobody on it than on a ride, right? So I put a lot of these steel reinforcements so that doesn't happen. It doesn't really matter if the wood is weak, because it's these steel reinforcements which actually provide the strength, and the wood is just a way for the back seat to compress against them in a good way. A little bag here with my toolkit, old jacket, mummified into this beautiful recumbent seat. Yeah, upholstery isn't exactly my strength, as you can see, but tape is. So yeah, and of course my scooter. So this is the old Razor push scooter, the one part of which, the head tube thingy, that has gone into the handlebars of my rear wheel drive recumbent, and the platform has found its way into the handlebar of my forward wheel drive recumbent, attached here with a couple of points, bolts. Oh, and the the biggest challenge for me, weirdly enough, wasn't so much the geometry and the strength structurally, but it was all these brakes and gears, because I had realized it at the very time of cutting stuff and all that, because I didn't have any of those I don't know what they're called, the little pieces of stopper thingies for the cables, for the brakes and for the gear. So and the cables were the wrong length, etc. I didn't want to, again, as a matter of principle, in the DIY spirit, didn't want to go and buy new stuff like a brand new cable and all kinds of attachments. So I had to MacGyver my way somehow into finding ways to make the cables work with existing plastic sheathing, rubber, plastic, whatever it is, the sheathing and the wires. Luckily, I think I found an extra longer wire which I needed. Well, that's not the longer, but the longer one for the back one. So for these brakes, and even these brakes, if you'll see, they are sort of they use a old Meccano set to extend the place where the brake arms connect with the brake shoe, because like I was saying, this was designed for a 20-inch wheel. This is a 24-inch wheel, and so yeah, it works surprisingly well. It's essentially become from a V brake into a center pull brake. So this pulls here, and then the cable runs all the way from inside up here. And similarly, this one for the front shifter and the rear derailleur, well, they are now both front derailleurs, but you know what I mean. This used to be the rear derailleur. So this one long direct cable, I realized I didn't need any those top thingies, because I had one cable, which, well, point to note, not one cable, it's actually two plastic sheets, and here I've put a tape to hold them together. But seems to work so far, and even if it doesn't, it would be a disaster, because you know it will still work, the gears will still work. This one, similarly, it goes all the way from here, and then over here I've jammed in the stopper thingy, so that my cable, which extends only until here, from there on it's purely the metal wire. Well, by cable I mean, sorry, the sheathing only extends until here, and yeah, brakes, etc, etc. So that's how it all comes together. Okay, I'll get back on it and bomb on. Adios. There you go. I don't know if it was on film, but almost on accident on purpose. I caught the this slipping backward. You see, I think it's because the rear derailleur there doesn't have enough surface area, contact area with the frame slot, and it can sort of move around, slip a little bit. We'll see. So good. So overall, I'd say a very, very successful first ride. There's always some issues, but the issue which I faced is a relatively minor one, I think. It's just a case of finding a good washer and some way to securely attach the arm where the front derailleur and the axle go through at the same time. So I think that just contact needs to be done. Great, done.